In this video, we're talking about gut health. Why? Because gut health is very important and vital in order for you to maintain a healthy and balanced lifestyle. And we all have one. It's very important to learn how they work, and we can use this information to maintain a healthy colon. In this video, I'm going to try and simplify the gastrointestinal tract or the digestive system, so we can better understand how to maintain a healthy gut. The gastrointestinal tract is responsible for the intake of food, absorption of nutrients, and elimination of waste. In simpler terms, the GI tract is responsible for taking your foods, breaking that down, contracting the minerals and nutrients that you need to create energy, and getting rid of the waste. This is a chart of the gastrointestinal tract. Let's break it down. When you consume food, enters the mouth, goes down the esophagus, and it stores in the stomach where most of the breaking down process is taking place. The stomach produces hydrochloric acid, and hydrochloric acid is there to break down your food. Now, before moving through the stomach, let me explain a small process that happens here. This could be good information for people suffering with ulcer stomach, heartburns, acid reflux, things along that line, which usually leads to stomach cancer. So there are two sphincters, all right? These muscles are located at the entrance of the stomach and at the exit of the stomach. So you have the cardiac sphincter and you have the pyloric sphincter. The cardiac sphincter is located at the entrance from the esophagus to the stomach. The pyloric sphincter is located at the exit of the stomach to the small intestine. So when food enters the stomach, that cardiac sphincter, it tightens up, all right? So it seals so that the food can be properly broken down in the stomach before moving to the small intestine. The exit, it doesn't open up until the food is partially broken down enough where it can go into the small intestinal tract. Pancreatic acid, pancreatic lipase, where these are enzymes that is produced by the pancreas to then further break down your food in the small intestinal tract. The pyloric sphincter, it does not open until the food is partially broken down or broken down enough so that it can enter the small intestinal tract. When you're eating food and then you're constantly eating food and you're not getting a break between meals, what happens is the pyloric sphincter does not open because it just senses, well, okay, something else just entered the stomach. So it tightens up and the stomach keeps swelling, right? And when this process happens, there is many research and study done on this. People going to bed with the first meal that they've eat, in the stomach, undigested food, because it's a problem when you're constantly eating. You're not getting a break, so the food can properly break down to go into the small intestinal tract. The stomach is very acidic, right? And the stomach is swelling because more food and more food and more food. So what happens is that cardiac sphincter muscle eventually gets weak, and when that loses, because the stomach is swelling, this is how you get like acid reflux, heartburn, because the food that is in the stomach that is being broken down with hydrochloric acid is now releasing back into the esophagus, right? Remember, the mouth is alkaline, the stomach is acid. The stomach should be acidic because this is where you need that hydrochloric acid so it can break your food down so you can contract the nutrients that is in there to go into the blood. A little side note, take breaks between meal, right? You should, after you eat the solid meal, you need about 4 hours before you start snacking again. Try to use things that are more hydrative. So when the food is partially broken down enough, only then the pyloric sphincters open up. And then the food is going into the small intestinal tract, but there's like a 9-inch of the starting of the tract, is called the duodenum, is where the minerals is being observed and shoot into the bloodstream. You have the pancreas, which is producing pancreatic lipase, which is like an enzyme that breaks your food down even more in the small intestinal tract. Minerals and nutrients is being extracted. After the waste is being repeatedly broken down in the small intestinal tract, it enters the ascending colon, which is your feces bag, right? Or you like to call this is like the trash can of your house. This is the gut. This is where most disease is springing from. So when you're entering that colon, right, there's your appendix right there. So the job of the appendix is to line the gut wall with good bacteria, which is going to fight against any type of pathogen, anything in the colon. Because so this is where you're going to see a lot of parasites deriving from. Your appendix is very, very important. This gland is making the soldiers that will fight against any pathogens or any bacteria in the colon wall. So it's very good to have a healthy colon. It's very important to have your appendix. I know a lot of people get their appendix taken out, and a solution that you can use for this, you can use like a lot of mushrooms. Mushrooms have a lot of good bacteria in them, or you know how people say probiotics, good biotics. So I don't really use antibiotics because you know the word anti mean against, and biotics biology. So antibiotics basically mean against life. If we understand how the body works and just create the environment, we can change a lot of these disease. We can reverse so much problems, health problems in the world today. Here in the USA, there is a lot of people with gut health problems, right? And you have to understand there is two sewage system in your body. You have the lymphatic system. This is the immune system. System is responsible for detoxing your body, you know, eliminating the waste from your body. Up in the brain, you have the lymphatic system. And when these systems starts to get backed up and there's waste accumulating there, it's going to affect you in your biological well-being. Is going to affect your cognitive function, because if the gut is backed up, it's going to go all the way up to the top, which eventually will get to your brain. So you have to understand that, you know, you have to take every step. The foundation, right, will tell you how strong the house is going to be able to stand. So the gut floor, which is your colon, needs to be clean in order for you to live well, be healthy, think sharp, and maneuver to your highest ability. All right. So until next time, keep that gut clean,